Kyodo News English World。
皆さんこんにちは。こちらは共同通信英文記者のポッドキャストです。英文記者は国内外で起きている出来事について取材してオリジナルの英文記事を発信したり、日本語のニュースを英語に翻訳したりしています。共同通信の英語の記事をテーマに、いろんな国から集まる仲間たちと英語と日本語を交えていろいろディスカッションしていけたらと思っています。今日は3人の記者でお届けします。Hello everyone, my name is Toma and I've been at Kyodo News for nearly 6 years now. I'm a voracious book reader and today I am recommending The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. よろしくお願いします。
Hi there everybody, my name is Eduardo Martinez.And I've been here at Kyodo News for over 3 years now. I'm originally from Brisbane, Australia. It's lovely to meet you.
Hi everyone, my name's Donican. I've been at Kyodo for over 5.5 years now. I'm also from Australia, but from Perth. And it's nice to meet you.
ありがとうございます。So for today's episode, we will be discussing an article about the effect of tourism on hot springs in Japan. Ed, can you read the title for us,
please?Japan hot springs facing water shortages as tourism booms.
ありがとうございます。日本各地の温泉で、源泉水位が低下してきているという話なんですけれども、訪日客の増加で汲み上げ量が増えてきていることが原因の一つだと考えられているという記事ですね。では最初の2パラをお願いします。
はい。Hot spring resorts across Japan are facing water shortages.As the influx of foreign tourists drives up usage, forcing some onsen to shut down due to inadequate supplies, local authorities say. Municipalities have restricted new drilling and called for water conservation, although no long-term solution has emerged as the tourism boom, which has propped up the country's economy, shows no signs of abating, officials added.
ありがとうございます。So the article focuses on the fact that the influx of foreign tourists may have an effect on how the water levels for onsen have been falling. And later on in the article, we talk about how the number of foreign visitors to Japan hit a record high in 2024, hit 36 million. What other ramifications has this surge in foreign tourists had on Japanese society, do you think?
Right, so yeah, the increase in foreign tourists has had a big effect on a lot of things here in Japan. The overconsumption of water at onsen is one of them, but then it has also been linked to an increase in rice consumption, which has been putting strain on a lot of dining establishments who are really struggling to continue to provide an adequate supply. That kind of is posing a question, people are kind of very quick to, I guess, blame foreign tourists for, the consumption of these resources. But at the same time, the Japanese government is actively promoting tourism, encouraging more people to come. So then that poses the question, what is the solution for this? Because it seems to indicate that it could be an infrastructure issue. If we're not prepared to accommodate, this huge influx of people, then why do we continue to tell them to come? And it looks as though, that trend of tourists coming isn't going to slow down anytime soon. It's expected to keep growing, actually. So, we need to, I guess the Japanese government needs to address how they're going to, handle that going forward.
Mm-hmm. Donican, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, well, this particular article talks about hot spring resort in Saga. And Saga is actually not very well known outside of Japan, I would say. It's one of more regional areas. So I would think that the Japanese government would be happy people are going there because they've been pushing people to kind of get out of the, Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, the big urban, and to go to explore more off the beaten track sort of rural areas. So now that people are going, they're kind of they're having issues. So I feel like maybe the government might need to prepare a bit more if they really want to push this sort of policy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I completely agree. And recently, Donican, you also went to Kinugawa Onsen for an article.
Right.
Did you see many foreigners there? I feel like Kinugawa Onsen's not very also well known. It's kind of considered, as you said, off the beaten track. but what was your image of the area in general?
Well, Kyodo Onsen in Japan has like also a reputation of being like a haikyo town, like a sort of a town that had its boom in like the Showa era and has sort of like decayed a bit. So the town has been putting a lot of effort into trying to revive. And so I did see a lot more. I haven't been there before, but I did see more, foreign tourists there than I expected. So not just from, Asia like China and Taiwan, but also Westerners as well. They come on a side trip from Nikko, which is very popular as a World Heritage Site. Yeah,
it is very close to Nikko. Good point. So we were talking about how, a lot of these rural areas, despite the government wanting people to visit, they're kind of already struggling with the influx. But what do you think the government could do to support that?
I guess one solution could be, diversifying the kinds of activities that tourists can do. So maybe this a certain location is famous for their onsen, but if they're close to nature or there's some cultural attractions there as well, that they can try and help divert them to go there as well, and not just have it so focused, centralized in one single thing.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think also some areas might be a bit ambitious, like getting ahead of themselves. I think maybe they should set up sort of at least some sort of foundation or infrastructure to accept a certain number of tourists before encouraging like more to come.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the article itself is about hot springs and kind of changing the tone of the conversation a bit, but I guess I'd like to ask Donican, Ed, your experiences in onsen.
Well, I used to live on Kyushu, and Kyushu is famous for having a lot of onsen because of all the active volcanoes. Yeah, definitely Oita is very famous for the onsen. Beppu, Yufuin. Yeah. Also, where I was, Kagoshima was famous for its tsunamushi, which is like a sand bath. So they bury you in this hot volcanic sand.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Cool.
And you sweat it all out, and then you go into like another onsen to wash it all off. And it's very
wow, that's
very
really, really cool.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah. I've also been to Beppu and Yufuin, and it's such a cool place.
I've never been.
It's really like it has like a lot of like steam vents, kind of like
magical.
Like they're just constantly emitting steam. So like there's postcard pictures of the town where it's just like steam coming out from everywhere. It looks really cool. And it has, however, how many is it? 7 hells that it has?
But those ones you can't soak in. They're just like a tourist.
Right.
To
These,
look at,
they have these like sulfuric
like
pools.
Very, very hot.
Yeah, that are not onsen that you can soak in, but
you'd burn.
Yes,
right,
but they're linked to all the geothermal activity that's happening there. So I guess like I said, that's one potential solution. So Beppu has obviously the appeal of the onsen, but they have these really, because these pools are like different colors. Like one is red, one is white, one is like a powder blue.
Oh wow!
And it's by the ocean as well. So the whole area is really, really beautiful.
Sounds like a setting for a fantasy.
It is.
Series or something.
It's very like very beautiful and like full of nature. So it's as a place to visit, I loved it.
Do you yourself have a favorite place that you'd like to go to, or
in Japan, or like
in Japan?
That's really hard, but I do like volcanoes actually. I like Kyushu because of all the volcanic activity that's there. I haven't been to Kagoshima, although I would love to check out Sakurajima there. But somewhere closer to Tokyo is Izu Oshima, which is technically still part of Tokyo Prefecture, where you can take a boat,
ferry.
A ferry. Like it's a few hours out there, and it's like the whole island is a volcano basically. It's a single volcanic island.
So do they have onsen there as well?
Yes, they do have onsen there.
I think that's where like a Godzilla movie was.
Yes, it's one of the Godzilla movies was filmed there. Yes,
one of the many.
What about you, Toma?
Well, I mean, I go to Hakone a lot.
Hakone is a
Mostly
place.
classic. I feel like it's the place to go for people who live in Tokyo and just want to get away for the day. And what I also like about Hakone, apart from its onsen, is also, we were talking a little bit about diversification, but they have the sulfur mines.
Oh, nice.
Which, when you go over them, it feels very dystopian. And I recommend a lot of my friends who come from abroad, if they're going to go to Hakone, I say make sure you go to the sulfur mines because, yeah, like I said, it looks like a scene from another world.
Right, because all the colors and the steam and smoke rising everywhere. Yeah.
It may not smell very good, but I mean, but yeah, I actually went to Kinugawa a little while back before you wrote the article, and I did feel like the haikyo kind of vibes, but I personally really liked it. They have like river rafting as well.
Wow.
In summer. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm very glad to hear that they're, it's starting to
Draw attention again.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I was there in autumn, and the autumn colors are very pretty there. So it's also getting attention.
Yeah, I went in August, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, in a sense, that's great because the tourists that go there, they've sought out this kind of place. They are doing what the government wants them to do and getting off the beaten track. But now it's up to the authorities to make sure that they can accommodate for all these kinds of people because a lot of people do want to leave the cities and go elsewhere as well.
ではそろそろ時間になってきました。共同通信では共同ニュースプラスというサイトで日本や世界で起きた出来事について英語のニュースを発信しています。今日ご紹介した記事も掲載されていますのでぜひチェックしてみてください。それでは皆さん See you next time!